Teaser trailers have different conventions compared to theatrical trailers. The length of teaser trailers ranges from 30 seconds to 1 minute 30. When looking at real media text, such as the bling ring, we looked at its length. The length was 57 seconds, and so we aimed for a similar time. Our teaser trailer, in the end, was 1 minute. In trailers, the ident of the distribution company usually appears at the beginning. However, in the teaser trailers that we looked at, they did not appear at the beginning, but rather a few seconds in. When designing our own ident, Winter Entertainment, we looked at Summit Entertainment's logo and based ours on this. Summit Entertainment is a distribution company that distributes a lot of films aimed at teenagers and young adults, such as the Twilight Saga, the Divergent series, and Warm Bodies. We wanted to create a similar ident to theirs, as the target audience of the films that they distribute is the same as ours. Summit Entertainment is a subsidiary of the multimedia conglomerate Lionsgate, and so they are a major distribution company. When they distribute a movie, they alter their ident to fit with the colour scheme of the film. Our distribution company is going to be an independent one, so our ident won't be altered. Also, a lot of independent distribution companies distribute just one film because they aren't a major one, and this is what our company will do. In teaser trailers, titles appear on blank screens and are usually accompanied with a trailer boom. When researching titles for teen dramas, I found that they are all similar in the font that they use. They're not all sleek and neat, which is what you see in other films, such as action films, for example. The Perks of Being a Wallflower font is a typewriter, and it's all lowercase and the font varies in size. The Fault in Our Stars has a chalkboard font to it, and this reinforces a teen drama, because when you think of a chalkboard, you think of a school and teenagers. A lot of action films will use silver or metallic colours, whereas in a teen film it's more colourful, and colours such as yellow, blue, orange and green are used. The font for Juno also reinforces its genre. It looks handwritten, and so when you think of handwriting, you think of being at school and children writing in their diaries or writing their homework. All of them are placed on a colour background, and the style of font used gives off an innocent vibe because it's all colourful and is handwritten. When it came to creating our own titles for our teaser trailer, we used a similar handwritten text from the font so that the genre would be reinforced through the text. We used a blue and black colour scheme. These colours and fonts were also used across all of our media products. The whole aim and purpose of a teaser trailer is to build anticipation for the film, and so enigma needs to be created. This is so that the audience still have questions about the film and then go see the film so that their questions are answered. Teaser trailers create enigma through the editing and camera work. The editing is montage. This is so that the trailer doesn't make much sense. The camera work used is a variety of multiple shots. This is to give the audience little information, but not everything. The shots usually show us the protagonist and sometimes the other main characters. Also, to create enigma, only key dialogue is shown. In our teaser trailer, we chose a variety of different shots and only had a little dialogue. This was so enigma was created. One of the many conventions of a teen drama is clichés and stereotypes. We didn't use the obvious stereotypes such as the jock or the nerd. Instead, we showed the stereotype of a person not fitting in and being left out. And so to show this, we used quite a lot of different shots, showing our protagonist on their own, crying, isolated, and feeling like the odd one out. We got a lot of inspiration of these shots from The Perks of Being a Wallflower. When filming, we also placed our protagonist slightly to one side in the frame. The left and right edges of the frame tend to suggest insignificance because these are the areas farthest removed from the centre of the screen. Another convention of teen dramas is the setting. A lot of teen dramas take place in locations where teens would be expected to be seen. This includes schools, their homes, at parties, at shopping centres and just out and about. We included a variety of different shots in different locations to reinforce the teen drama genre. It was important that we showed the location to the audience throughout the whole trailer so that they are aware of what the genre of our film is. In the beginning of our trailer, we showed a shot of the college. Another element of mise-en-scène is lighting. Lighting used in trailers varies from high-key to low-key and natural lighting. When looking at real media texts of teen dramas, we found that natural lighting is used most of the time, with a few exceptions of low-key lighting used in party scenes. Because teen dramas explore teen issues and real-life issues, natural lighting is used to reinforce the realism. And so when it came to our filming, we filmed in natural light, but when we were filming our party scene, we used artificial light. Our first shot used in our trailer is not an establishing shot of the location, which is what you usually see at the beginning, but it's rather an establishing shot of our protagonist. When looking at teen dramas, the first shot we saw in trailers was of the protagonist, and they were usually on their own. This shows that they are the main character as they are seen first, and also that they are the most important. Also, seeing a teenager hints at the genre. We used quite a few close-ups throughout our teaser trailer so that the audience could see the face of the character and see their emotions. We also used very basic shots and angles throughout our trailer so that realism was enforced. We wanted to enforce this realism because a lot of teen dramas explore real issues that teens are faced with, and so it needs to look natural. Although we mainly used basic angles such as close-ups and mid-shots, at one point we did use a bird's eye view. We used this to suggest to our audience that our main character is dealing with something that is more powerful than him. This shot was also seen in The Perks of Being a Wallflower. At the end of our teaser trailer, we used a long shot. Long shots allow the character to move around freely within the frame and are considered loose and tend to suggest freedom. Freedom is a key factor in teen dramas. In The Perks of Being a Wallflower, their tagline is, "We are infinite." The definition of infinite is limitless. The conventions used on film posters varies, but typically include a main image, a title, a billing block, actors' names, a release date, and a tagline. Sometimes extra information, such as websites, social media sites, awards, and reviews, are also used. The main image used on film posters may be stills from the movie, but more often than not, they're character shots. They contain iconography to tell the audience the film's genre and possibly give a little to the plot. They're very clear images that take up the majority of the poster. In teen dramas, the main image is usually a shot of the main character, and they are usually close together in a group and possibly holding or touching each other. This shows the relationship between the characters. Therefore, when it came to creating our own film poster, the main image was of our main characters. The characters are within close proximity of each other, which was done to suggest the relationship between them. The background behind the main image is a plain blue colour. This is the same blue used for our titles in the teaser trailer. We got our inspiration from The Perks of Being a Wallflower. The font used varies from film to film, and a big part lies in the genre. Teen drama film posters are going to have a more handwritten look to their title, whereas action films will have a very sharp text that looks very smooth, as if to mimic the action. When it came to creating our title, we found a handwritten font from DaFont. This font was used in our teaser trailer. This was because we wanted to establish brand identity. We also positioned our title in a similar way to The Perks of Being a Wallflower. In our billing block, we included social media links. We did this because it was included in all of the real media texts that we looked at. We also wanted to include it because the target audience of our film was teenagers and young adults. This age range uses a lot of social media, and so we wanted to engage with them. On our poster, we decided to include a drawing. This wasn't seen on any real media text we looked at, but we decided to include the drawing to firstly fill out the blank space on our poster, but mainly to suggest the genre and storyline. The purpose of a diary is to write down your thoughts and feelings. It's a personal item that no one else reads. We wanted to suggest that our protagonist keeps to himself a lot, and so that's why he has a diary. The drawings and diary are also shown again at the beginning of our trailer, where we see the protagonist writing, "Dear Diary." The first thing that we did when creating our magazine was research the different film magazines in the industry. These included Empire, Sight and Sound, Total Film, and Little White Lies. Empire, Sight and Sound, and Total Film follow the typical conventions on magazines. These conventions include the masthead, anchorage text, barcode, price, date, colour and font schemes, tags and cover lines. We also came across the film magazine Little White Lies. Little White Lies doesn't use all of the typical conventions of magazines. Little White Lies has an independent ethos, and so the majority of films that are featured aren't always big Hollywood blockbusters, but mainly independent small films. We thought that this magazine's ethos would work well with us because our film is a small and independent one. The main image on the cover is always an illustration of the lead actor in the feature film. The main image is very eye-catching as it's full of bright colours. We thought that this would appeal to our target audience. To create our image, we tried and errored on Photoshop many times. In the end, we used the Kandinsky filter on lunapic.com, and this gave us our desired look that we were striving for. For the title, we used the same font as the one used in our trailer and on our poster. This was to establish our brand identity. We looked at the positioning of the title on the magazines and found that the title is placed slightly to one side of the main image. We followed this convention. We also added the word issue after our title because with a lot of Little White Lies magazines, the word issue follows the film title.